So, I mean, we started off the year with a 7% organic growth in the first quarter. And the EBIT is also coming in a little bit better than last year by 30 basis points. Of course, we have a lot of noise, as everybody knows, in the system with currencies, raw material prices, tariffs and whatnot. So as we kind of look through all of that, we've chopped off 50 basis points of the EBIT guidance from around 24.5 to 24. And this is purely driven by the weakness of the dollar. So it's an FX movement. Everything else remains the same. Now, what we have not changed for is expected changes due to whatever happens with the tariffs, because as we stand here today, I don't know. So therefore, we have not included this in the guidance.
So let's dive into this, even though you don't know, but you have multiple scenarios already mapped out. So, of course, you're very much exposed to Thailand, where there would be a potential 37% reciprocal tariff. Vietnam, 46%, China, 140%. So at the moment, we're back to the 10%. But can you just tell me the different scenario that you have mapped out, if the tariffs are at this level or if the tariffs do go up, and the impact this would have on your business? Because a third of your sales are actually made in the US.
Yeah, that's correct. So US is a very important market for Pandora. I think it's also important to remind ourselves that, we produce most of our jewelry is produced in Thailand. We employ over 8,000 people in the US. So it's not like this trade balance really squares in our books, if I look at it in that way. Nevertheless, if the tariffs remain as is, then the exposure is something that we can certainly handle. If it moves to let's say, the proposed starting point of this conversation with Trump's tariff rates, then there will be an impact. 2/3 of the impact in our case is going to be the movement of the jewelry from Thailand into the US. 1/3 is all the other noise. That 1/3 we have found solutions for. So we change a little bit the supply lines. We can work with alternative suppliers, etc., etc. So really the major impact would be the tariff imposed on the jewelry imports from Thailand. And this, on the other hand, most jewelers that are in kind of the price segment where we operate, they all import from somewhere in Asia. So you could have an argument, if these tariffs remain, then it's going to be more expensive for everybody that plays somehow. And therefore, we should expect that the consumer pricing will see some change to it. And we can all speculate, is it going to be the 34 or 40 or whatever? So we've done a number of different scenarios, but we don't operate in isolation here. So we need to kind of see a little bit what the rest of the market does.
So you mentioned tweaks to your supply chain. Would you look at producing more in the US then? Because this is the ultimate goal of these tariffs. Are you looking at that?
Well, it doesn't really make any financial sense. But the more important thing is I employ up to 15,000 craftspeople in Thailand as we stand here today. I can't find that amount of talent that actually has this craft experience in the US. So it's actually not so much a matter of cost to begin with. It's about having skilled people that can actually craft our jewelry. It's a handcrafted jewelry. So that is the first thing we would have to sort out. Then you get into the labor cost. And the US labor cost would be completely uncompetitive. So if we were to do this, the consumer pricing would have to significantly go up. And I don't think that's a great idea.